We were warned before the hike. An old man with a face carved deep by sun and wind pulled us aside before we entered the jungle trail. "Don't call each other's names in the forest," he said, his voice low. "And if you need to relieve yourself, always ask permission first." He didn't say who we were supposed to ask. We didn't dare to ask him back. At the time, I laughed it off, thinking it was just one of those old jungle superstitions. My friends were more respectful. They nodded quietly, their faces tense. The climb up the mountain was uneventful. Hard, sweaty work, yes, but nothing strange. We reached the top, ate our packed lunches, took photos, joked about our aching legs, and started the hike back down. It was on the descent that I felt the urge to pee. I slowed down, unzipping my bag to look for a bottle of water to wash up after. I opened my mouth, ready to ask for permission, but something rustled in the trees above me. A heavy sound, like something large shifting its weight. I froze, glancing up, but saw nothing but branches. Shrugging it off, I relieved myself quickly against a tree. I stared at the ash-grey bark. As I relieved myself against the tree, the silence was so deep, even the wind seemed afraid to move. I zipped up, slung my bag over my shoulder, and hurried to catch up with the others. They were ahead of me on the trail, their backpacks bobbing between the trees. I called out to them, but they didn't turn around. I tried again, louder this time. Still no answer. My voice echoed faintly through the trees, swallowed quickly by the forest. I started walking faster, but they always seemed just out of reach. The path twisted and turned, and time felt strange, like I'd been walking for hours. I realized something was wrong. The trail looked the same in every direction. The air was thicker now. Each breath felt like it carried a whisper. I stopped walking, and that was when I remembered the warning. Don't call each other's names in the forest, and always ask for permission before you relieve yourself. My stomach turned as I replayed it in my head. I looked around, but the trees all looked the same. Even my surroundings felt dim, like I was wearing shades. I needed to find a way out. Then I remembered what the old man had said. If you ever get lost, look for a bamboo tree. So I began searching, heart pounding. I kept walking, hoping the trail would lead somewhere familiar. But every turn looked the same. The light between the trees was fading, and the forest felt like it was holding its breath. That was when I saw it, a cluster of bamboo in the distance. Relief flooded through me. When I reached a bamboo, I stopped and caught my breath. I remembered the old man's words again. Ask for permission before you cut. So I whispered softly into the still air. Then I pulled out my pocket knife and knelt beside the bamboo. I chose a short stem and struck it hard with the blade. The sound echoed sharply through the quiet forest. I struck the bamboo again, harder this time, but the stem was tougher than I thought. The blade barely left a mark. Then the sounds started soft at first, like whispers in the leaves. They grew louder with every strike, until it felt like the whole forest was awake and watching. My hands were shaking, sweat stinging my eyes. I gritted my teeth and swung again. This time the bamboo cracked, a sharp, dry snap that cut through the noise. The forest went silent in an instant. I lifted the bamboo upright and sliced it clean down the middle. The two halves split apart and fell to the ground. I stepped between them, my breath shallow. For a moment, everything blurred. The trees, the path, even the air. Then I saw them. My friends, standing a few feet ahead, waiting for me. One of them lifted a hand, like he was about to speak, but the other grabbed his wrist and shook his head. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small pouch. Then he threw a handful of salt straight at me. The salt hit my face and scattered across the ground. I flinched, ready to snap at him, but something in his eyes stopped me. We walked out of the jungle in silence. Once we reached the road, I finally spoke. "Why did you throw salt at me?" He looked at me, breathing hard. "There was something covering your eyes," he said. "That's why you couldn't find your way out." My skin prickled cold. "What did it look like?" I whispered. Another friend swallowed hard, his face tight. "All we saw were 2 grey hands covering your eyes, stretching all the way up into the trees."